Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alejandra. For those that are new to the channel, thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for watching. For those that have been watching me, thank you so much for your continuous support. As you guys know, I am on my journey to coming back to YouTube with some educational videos for you guys. And as you saw, the title of this video is what is the key to success? So for those that are looking to start a business, or if you already own a business and you're feeling like you're in a hurdle and you want to figure out what is the key to success, then this video might be for you. So you click this video because you want to know the secret. You want to know what is the key to success. The first step that I would recommend is to write down on your notebook, what is success for me and my business or my brand. Then you really want to hone down to your why. Why are you doing this? Is it to kickstart something new? Is it to put in a new idea out there, or do something innovating, or change the ways for others, or help others? Whatever it looks like, go ahead and write that down. Once you know what is your why, then now you can get down to putting down the blueprint. What is the key to getting me there? Some people think that having a six-figure business is success already. If that is for you, then go ahead and write that. If you feel like making over 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, who knows? You want to become maybe the first millionaire, multimillionaire, or billionaire in your family, go ahead and write that down. Go ahead and write why you want to become that. And now that you understand your why, you're going to be fired up to go ahead and create that blueprint. And now we're going to go ahead and dive right in. What is the key to getting to that successful place that you want to create for yourself? Very simple. Key to success is keep elevating yourself. Literally, keep elevating yourself. So you might ask, what are some good ways to elevate myself? So I'm going to go ahead and give you my top tips that really have helped me elevate in my business. So go ahead and make sure you're writing this down, okay? So tip number 1 for elevation literally follows the same acronym. Keep educating yourself. You must always be receptive of new information and always be in student mode to want to keep learning. Some good ways to keep educating yourself will be sure that you continue your education in the field that you're working for or in the field that your business is. So I like to further my education by continuing and taking other classes that are going to teach me things that either that I learned in school and forgot about it, or some topics that are new to me, which is always very exciting, right? So I'm always finding ways to keep educating myself. Sometimes the classes can be free, sometimes the classes do cost. So that goes into my next topic, keep investing in yourself. It is scary to say, I have to pay $200 for a class that an extraction class, for example. Why would I pay $200 for an extraction class? But if you feel that that extraction class is going to elevate your business and elevate the way that you do your facials, then that's an investment for yourself, an investment for your business. So don't look at it as I have to spend this money. Look at it as I get to invest in myself, in my business, and further my education. So definitely continue investing in your education by continuing to take classes that are within your field. And if you want to elevate yourself further from that, I highly recommend that you take classes that are going to be outside of your scope of practice. For example, Steve Jobs went to Reed College, and when he was in Reed, he noticed a lot of calligraphic posters around school, and that inspired him to take a calligraphic class. And a decade later, when he was creating the first Macintosh computer, he was inspired by the calligraphic class, and Mac became the first computer with beautiful typography. The art designs that you see on Apple are inspired from Steve Jobs taking that calligraphic class. So little things like that are going to bring the inspiration, the ideas, bring those juices flowing that are going to push you to create and think outside of the box. So always continue your education, continue investing in yourself, and take inspired action. That was tip number 1. Let's go ahead and go with tip number 2. So tip number 2 is creating a routine. So you want to make sure that you create a routine that's going to really set your days to be successful. That means that every day you gotta write a list of things that you must do, from putting down to I gotta wake up at a certain hour, I gotta read for a certain hour, I gotta exercise for a certain hour. Like, even if it means putting down every little thing that you have to do, because it feels really good when you go check, look at the checks on the list and you're like, I actually did everything that I wrote down. So if you're someone like me that has a hard time really kind of like staying on track and you get scatterbrained, I highly suggest that you write down your everyday list. Maybe the first few days you're gonna forget, maybe the first few days you're not gonna check everything, maybe the first few days you might not do everything on the list, but once you start establishing that routine, it's gonna become a habit. And write down your schedule. Make sure that you embody, make sure that you put it down, write down your routine, and go ahead and do it for 30 days. Once you start doing it for 30 days and that becomes a habit, go ahead and do it for another 30 days, then another 30 days. The next thing you know, you're going to be doing this for a year and you're going to see yourself elevate within 1 year. Imagine this. Who can you be in 1 year? Let's go ahead and go with tip number 3. This is one of my favorite ones because it ties back to your routine. So I know this is going to be a hard one for a lot of us, but time management, what does that look like for you? I know a lot of us don't like to wake up early. I know a lot of us don't like to go to bed late because then we don't get sufficient hours of sleep. I really recommend that you get really serious with yourself and start telling yourself, okay, how many hours of sleep do I really need in order to function properly? Part of my morning routine is I wake up at 5 and I go across the street where I have a park and I like to do a nice little walk around the park, 1 lap, and then I get into my stretching. While I'm doing my walk and my stretching, I'm listening to something that has to do with mindset. So I really encourage you guys to put some headphones on and stay plugged in with things that are going to elevate you. The things that you can listen is motivational speakers, motivational audio, maybe some podcasts. If you want to listen to a Bible verse, you can do things in the morning like that. So I really like to put my headphones and I start my morning by walking, listening to whatever I like to listen for the morning, getting motivated, getting excited. Tip number 4, which I know that you're gonna be like, we hear this all the time. And so then tip number 4 is you want to stay reading. It ties back to tip number 1, but really keep educating yourself, keep reading. I think knowledge is power. Reading self-help books, motivational books, health books, even biography books, people that you are inspired by. Read about them, learn what are their tips, learn what are their tricks, what did they do to become successful. So let's get into tip number 5. So tip number 5 ties to reading, and it actually goes together with the next thing that I wanted to say. So I'm gonna say tip number 5 is 2 tips in 1, so which is gonna be meditation and journaling. If you're not a fan of either or meditation or journaling, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get comfortable with it. Quieting down the mind can look very different for other people, so I will make a video about meditation and how to get started with meditation because it's a whole rabbit hole for me. When you meditate, you really quiet down your mind, your thoughts, and you kind of get more clear visions or clear understanding of where you're going and what path. Believe me, it's the hardest sport. I call it a sport because even the most athletic person might have the hardest time doing this, but it's the most rewarding out there. So again, I'll make a video for you guys on how to get started on meditation. Once you establish meditation, journaling becomes so much more easier because you quiet your mind, but then you get a wind of information. You want to write those things down because a lot of those thoughts are going to be good ideas for your business. Even if it is 1 page, even if it's a hello, today I'm trying to journal, I'm just gonna write my thoughts down for today. Start with that. Write something down so you can create a habit out of that. So last tip, this is a good one. This is the one that is gonna start scaring a lot of you guys, but don't get scared. Trust me, this is the best one and I saved it for last. You guys are ready? Last step, you want to start surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And you're thinking, what does that even look like? How do I find more people like me? Start networking, start meeting people, whether it's on social media, whether it's going to those mindset events, whether it's going to go hear a guest speaker that you like. You just never know who you're gonna meet. But again, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people. So if you are thinking of becoming an entrepreneur and you're like, I want to be the first millionaire in my family, then I'm so sorry, but you cannot be hanging out with people that don't have that millionaire mindset. You want to be talking to the people that are already doing it or have done it, so you can start, getting motivated, getting feedback, getting information. The conversations are definitely gonna be different when you talk to these type of people. Sometimes it might be scary to put yourself out there. Sometimes you don't want to lose friends or loved ones, and it can become a little bit hard. I'm not saying that you need to go out there and cut everyone out, but there is gonna be times where you're gonna say, I'm sorry, friend, but I need to be around people that are going to motivate me. So start going to those conventions, start looking for events, or even look up your favorite guest speakers. Let's see if they're even coming to your area. You don't know. And you're going to hear this a lot. A lot of people say the top is lonely. I don't think it has to be lonely, but it does. Your circle does start getting smaller and smaller as you start elevating yourself. So don't be afraid of losing old friends or just distancing yourself from people that are not going to actually bring you any good or motivation to your life or your business. So there you have it. That was the key to success. Keep elevating yourself, keep educating yourself, keep investing in yourself. And like I mentioned, you guys, I am super excited to continue making more videos for you guys. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it. Go ahead and comment what you liked about it, or hey, what you would like to learn more. Tell me more in the comments what other videos you guys would like to watch or what you guys would like to learn from me. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when the next video drops. Until further notice, mi gente, peace and love.